This is 100% your look. The Summer I Turned Pretty. The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 2 took us on a roller coaster of emotions when it came to the Belly/Conrad/Jeremiah love triangle, portraying the highest highs and the lowest lows for both couples. Although there were countless heart-tugging moments during the teen drama sophomore season, two scenes stood out among the rest, and they just so happened to take place at the same location. Yep, we're talking about those Bonrad beach scenes, the first featuring a true moment of bliss for the couple and the second featuring a blowout fight. While audiences were able to see the evolution and downfall of this relationship over the course of multiple episodes, stars Lola Tung and Christopher Briney were tasked with filming those scenes on the same night. We had been trying to film the first scene out on the beach before, but the winds were really high, so we kept being turned back from it, creator Jenny Han explains. So this was kind of our last chance. Tung remembers the daunting task of tackling both scenes in one night. We had to be in very different emotional spaces for both of them, but doing the scene in episode 2 first was nice to have as like backstory cause it made filming the second scene more devastating, she says. It was a great challenge. When it came to that first beach moment, Belly and Conrad enjoying snow on the beach, Han had such a vision of that Christmas memory. I think there's something so innocent and playful and childlike about that night. It was this perfect ornament of a memory. Episode 2 directors OER, Cassavetes adds, Lola Tung and Chris Briney were ready to connect and make it beautiful, and we all laughed saying it was our ode to Terrence Malick as far as camera work, just letting them run around in the snow and the sand. And just like the characters, I don't think any of us had witnessed snow on the beach, so that really added to the magic. In order to make the snow on the beach moment happen, the Summer I Turned Pretty team had to bring out snow machines, which were louder than anticipated. As Briney puts it, Zoe would give us direction before the scene, but during the scene she'd be like screaming at the top of her lungs, do this, do that, spin, jump. After the frolicking in the snow, Belly and Conrad go back into the beach house and decide to sleep with each other, a major change from the book. There was a lot of talk about how it would happen, feel and look, Cassavetes says. It's always a bit technical shooting that stuff, but we kept the set very intimate and full of trust. Lola and Chris are so wonderful to work with, along with the whole cast and crew. It felt like family, so we really had fun and worked a lot on the connection, but also the separation and pain of being apart. I loved shooting that episode because there was so much heartbreaking stuff in it. Though many fans were happy to see the beach scene come to life, there was one thing they had a major problem with. Han explains that this episode was very controversial because everyone wanted me to play Taylor Swift's Snow on the Beach. That was not the vibe. For episodes later, Belly and Conrad were singing a very different tune. Rather than having the time of their lives on the beach, they were fighting. There was a bittersweetness to it, and the sadness is that they had this perfect moment on the beach and then returned to that and being so far apart, Han says. Han wanted the second beach scene to be a callback to the first, which is why she decided to place Taylor Swift's Snow on the Beach in this moment. When you hear those bells at the beginning of Snow on the Beach, it's like a faraway memory almost. That night in episode 2 I was always going to put it in episode 6, because it's a reminder of the last time they were there, and now they are just worlds apart. We talked about mirroring certain elements from the episode 2 scene, but having the emotions change, Sophia Tockel, who directed episode 6, explains. The emotional collaboration of the scene is so different. I think there needed to be that catharsis that comes from this fight and also that moment that Belly realizes how much has changed. Jenny, Han, and I talked a lot with the actors about that moment you realize things could have been different, but they'll never be able to be the way you wanted them to be and making that feel real. Tung cites listening to music and journaling as crucial elements to helping her find the necessary emotions for the scene, as well as having an acting partner she could trust. I'm very grateful that Chris Briney is such a giving actor, and when we are working together, he is such a great person too. I was gonna say play as actors do, but I feel like it's too sad of a situation to say play, says Tung.